The reality here is that an 11-year-old boy and his siblings are now missing their father, and that's Detective Mark Baker. I want you to take a look. There is still debris here. He crashed into the back of an SUV. This is Lincoln Way West. You can see there's still pieces of taillight and oil that has been cleaned up. This is in Mechanicsburg, but if I turn my camera just a little bit, here you'll see this massive apartment complex. I reached out to your management company and they told me I could reach out to you guys to ask when the part is going to be coming in for your hot water.
I don't know.
Lieutenant Godfrey, he's last been listed in satisfactory condition, and today I had the opportunity to speak with a local author who actually wrote a book about him and his work with his canine Dargo. This is called Captain Dargo, Born to Serve, and I actually want to read you a quote from inside this book. It says, "I worked hard, and so did Lieutenant Dave." A Pennsylvania lawmaker is proposing legislation that would ban ICE from Commonwealth buildings. Hi, I'm Sarah, I'm a journalist, and this is what you need to know. According to this legislation introduced by Amanda Capoletti in Montgomery and Delaware counties, ICE agents would not be allowed to be within 1,000 feet of Commonwealth buildings. This also goes for facilities that are leased. The only way an ICE agent would be able to get in this legislation is if they had a judicial warrant or order. Capoletti said the goal of her proposal is to ensure equal access to these areas such as public schools and courts. You're gonna want to see this. A video has gone viral online of a fight at an 8 and under youth hockey game in Hershey. So you can see the kids fighting right here. This is where it started, everyone tapping on the glass. The Atlantic Amateur Hockey Association said on Facebook today that this fight was actually staged. Both them and the 8 and under Hockey League said that they're working to identify all the parties involved here and that any of the officials and players involved will be facing disciplinary actions. Now, this is a statement from the Central Penn Panthers Youth Ice Hockey Club clarifying this was their Mites on Ice event. In this statement, they stressed that safety is paramount and they are conducting an internal review. The guy with over 100 bones in his house was allegedly selling them. Hi, I'm Sarah, I'm a TV news journalist, and this is what you need to know. What's new from police is that a tipster reportedly told them that they saw a half-decomposed body hanging in his house. Now, police found Gerlach's assumed Instagram social media, and the tipster also reportedly told police that he had been away in November and he was selling a human skull in Chicago. Detectives said they also found a Facebook group called Human Bones and Skull Selling Group. And in that group, they said someone thanked Gerlach for a, quote, human skin bag. Detectives said they also found a locker, like a storage locker in Ephrata that had 8 human corpses in it and a bunch of other things I'm sure you can imagine. We know Gerlach is facing a multitude of charges. I said over 500 last time. That's still true. He's now in the Delaware County Prison on a bail of $1 million. President Trump has unveiled a brand new healthcare plan. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a TV journalist, and this is what you need to know. The new healthcare plan is called the Great Healthcare Plan. Trump said when describing his new plan that the government would take money, give it to citizens, and then it would be their responsibility to buy their own healthcare. If this passes through Congress, that means insurance companies wouldn't receive taxpayer-funded subsidy payments. Companies would also be required to use plain English, which basically means no medical jargon. The proposed plan would also codify previous executive orders he had focused on drug prices, which aim to drop the price of those drugs by 80 to 90%. All this construction behind me here is one of the closed-off entrances to the Laudermilk Bridge Road, which has been closed off since November of 2023 when it started, and it was supposed to be completed this past week on July 11th, but that is not the case. One woman I spoke with told me that out of all of this, her work commute, like many others, is what's been hit the hardest.
And now it's about a 10 to 20 minute extra commute. I had to extend my lunch break to like an hour. It was really inconvenient.
Work on the bridge was supposed to be completed on July 11th. According to PennDOT, however, the bridge is still facing a laundry list of upgrades.
I usually have like a 10-minute drive. I like to go home on my lunch break. The other day, it literally took me 20 minutes to get home.
PennDOT says Norfolk Southern Rail runs directly under the bridge, and every time a train goes by, work needs to stop. Traffic in the area is also affecting businesses like the Children's Miracle Network, sitting just opposite to Laudermilk Road.
Unfortunately, we have had to do a lot of detouring due to the bridge that has gone out. I know that it has impacted some of our donors and some of our visitors.
So just how long is this detour? If you want to get to the other side of the bridge, take a right on North Lingle Avenue, and then another right on East Chocolate Avenue. Oh, and a slight right on East Derry Road.
And that whole commute was roughly around 6 minutes, if you're counting.
I got in touch with Norfolk Southern today, and they told me the bridge case was being handled by the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission. The PUC, however, said the last extension on the case, placed by PennDOT in 2024, gave them until December 31st, 2025 to finish the bridge. And today, PennDOT told me they don't expect the work to be completed until next summer. The PUC said no action has been made on the case for a second extension since. In Dauphin County, I'm Sarah Burns, CBS 21 News.